What's up everybody, it's me Blake316 and this is another episode of 316 Reviews, and this is going to be my official review of The Last of Us Remastered. First I'm going to start off this review by saying one of the most positive things that probably everyone already knows about this game, but I'm going to say it now, is that the graphics in this game look absolutely amazing. This is by far one of the top three, might be the top two best visual games I've ever seen, hands down. It looks that good. And I'm going to start this review off by saying this game is absolutely beautiful. As soon as you turn it on and the gameplay starts, I've said this in previous videos, like this game looks too good. It looks almost too surreal. Like it'll give you goosebumps on how good this game really looks. And it's definitely a visually appealing game and it looks really good. But another thing about this game a lot of people might be asking is The Last of Us Remastered a system seller? Is this a game the reason to go out and buy a PlayStation 4? Now what I'm about to say might be a little controversial, but I'm going to say no. Reason being that this game is already out on the PlayStation 3. And I wouldn't recommend this particular game to be a console seller because in my opinion it doesn't have much replay value once you beat it. Now, a lot of people might say, well, it has multiplayer. Yes, it does, but I'll get to that later on in the review. So, I'm not going to necessarily say this is a console seller, but if you own a PlayStation 4, this is a definitely must-own game, especially if you haven't already played it on the PlayStation 3. Now, to get more into depth in the review and about this game, I'm going to start going to the story. I'm going to try not to give any spoilers, but at the same time, I'm going to let you guys know this story was really good. There's parts in this game where the story goes and there's decisions that these people have to make whether or not a particular person dies or lives. And the decision of how certain people dies, it really grabs your attention to the game because a lot of games, they just don't have a story like this about certain people dying and how you catch emotional attachments to some of the characters in the game and you really feel bad and like, wow, I can't believe that particular person died. Like within the first 15 minutes of the game, you'll be saying, wow, I can't believe that person died. Like it's a really that good of a story because, you know, you're just not used to games having this particular storyline that like The Last of Us has. But one negative is the ending of the game was really not all that good. Being that the story was so good throughout the game, I personally was expecting a huge, great ending. It really wasn't, and it was average at best. To be honest, I was actually disappointed with the ending. But I'm really not going to hate on it too much because throughout the whole game, the story was good. It's just I thought I was expecting a better ending. As far as gameplay, the gameplay is nothing great in my opinion. There's two different ways you can play this game. You can play it stealthy, where you're sneaking around, trying to hide from the zombies or the bad guys, and you can go all out and try to kill everyone. I played the game both, but at the same time, neither one really affected the gameplay and it turned out whether you played stealthy or you just went out trying to kill everything. I mean, you still had to get through the levels. The gameplay, it wasn't hard, it wasn't difficult. I mean, it was nothing crazy, it was nothing groundbreaking. The gameplay was average at best. This game was really where it's at was the visuals and the story. Now, about the multiplayer, I personally was expecting like really good things with the multiplayer, being that I know a lot of people who played it and they really enjoy it. My opinion, the multiplayer as well was average at best. It wasn't even that good. I mean, if you're into stealthy type multiplayer, it's kind of reminds me of Gears of War 2, where it's stealthy, you gotta strategize, you can't just run out and try to kill people. Then if you like those type of multiplayer games, you'll love this one. Me, personally, I'm more of a run and gun type of guy. Like, I don't like to hide and waste time. I don't have the patience. I just want to go out and kill things. This isn't that type of game for the multiplayer. So, I understand that that's not my type of multiplayer game. But at the same time, even if it was still average at best. I didn't think it was all that great. But, like I said, the graphics are amazing, but we all know graphics don't make a good game. This game's main potential is with the story. It's a great story. The story's so good that even with average gameplay, it'll want you to continue playing just so you know what happens to the characters, how they develop, and what actually happens. If you're not familiar with the storyline, it's basically of about basically the world and how it eventually gets taken over by zombies and these people are trying to survive. I mean, really plain. It sounds like a really plain and simple story concept, but the characters, like I said, you really get attached to them and you really want to see how they develop and what happens to them. But the graphics are great. The gameplay is average. It's nothing spectacular. The story is really good, amazing. The multiplayer is okay. I could give you some replay value. For me, it doesn't really give me any replay value. Is this a system seller? No. Is it the game to must own if you own the PlayStation 4? Absolutely. I'm definitely glad I bought it. No complaints here. I would recommend anyone else to buy it if you definitely want a great game and a great story and a great, it was like about 12-hour campaign. Can't really complain. But it's me, Blake316. As far as the score, I'm going to give this game a 9.0 out of 10. It was really that good. It's definitely one of my top games I've ever played. It's probably going to be one of my top games for 2014. Until next time, make sure to subscribe for future videos. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, as well as Instagram, all at Blake316. Until next time, peace.